Okay, so merchant, soon stick around. Too, you'll see both. She may be a little concerned. I may be concerned, a little concerned. So we're gonna go to Tural and explore the desert. As we should. Glad to see at least one of you's got some sense. Come on, we're going on a trip with Aaronville. Let's go. Oh, you're enjoying this, aren't you? Of course. Of course I am. It's fun. Change of plans. There's a small town. We can pass the time there. Oh, sure. Alright. Take it you're heading to Hutswagi then. I'll have a man bring the Ronak over there. Just mind yourself around the drunkards and troublemakers, eh? This area reminds me of like all those like cowboy movies and stuff, of like cowboys in the desert, like kind of like Red Dead Redemption, yeah, or that old game on GameCube that I forgot its name. Pretty much every game that has like desert theme kind of looks like that. Bill, you ready to go to the city? I am. Last time I was here was a little more than a camp with a shop or tree. It's a pretty cool town. It reminds me of like westerns with like cowboys and stuff. Yeah, this looks like a cowboy movie, for sure.
Well, well. It's become a proper town.
Hey, can I get a cowboy hat? That'd be epic if we can get a cowboy hat here.
Hey! Now hold on a minute. Some sort of trouble.
Hello.
I'm talking to you, you old bastard.
Oh god, they even have an accent.
Give me strength. For the last time, the investigation is closed. There's no refuting the evidence.
I don't give a shit about your evidence, you lying scum. You release my friends, or I'll make you wish you had.
Let me remind you who the scum is here. Your friends, who had the temerity to point their firearms at me, the deputy chief of the Dust Watch. And after taking them into custody, what should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny? They will not be released until they've paid for their crimes.
I'd heard the peacekeeping force had been formed to deal with growing lawlessness. Seems the situation is bad indeed.
Still can't get up a fuss, eh? Sounds like poor Cactuar needs his bottle.
Sure he wouldn't prefer his mama's teat? Treat me like a child, will you? My friends haven't done anything wrong, damn it! They've been framed!
Oh, stubborn little runt. Listen here, Cactuar. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you'd best comport yourself like one. That means respecting the rule of law. Order may be precarious here in Shaloni, but it can be had if each man does the right thing. And for those that don't, well, they have to answer to the Dust Watch. Now run along, and think before you cast aspersions next time. Lest you hurt my feelings.
Fine. If that's how it's gonna be.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Is that?
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
What? Hey!
What are you doing, Zekawa? You better not be stirring up trouble.
Wahute! You sack of Ronek shit! This ain't over! You hear me?
You want to tell me what that was about?
Nothing that need concern you, sir. Zekawa is simply struggling to come to terms with the low character of his friends. But for good measure, I'll have the men keep an eye on him.
Yes, you do that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go make my rounds.
Who to trust? Who to trust here? Now let's go speak to Festinian. See what Festinian knows about the situation.
I wasn't expecting to see your faces among the crowd. Talk is rife there's a new Dawn servant. Take it you found it then. The Golden City.
Aye, the contest is over. And as I needed to return home to Yasulani, I offered to show our friends some of Tural. What brings you north?
Nothing in particular. Just seeing what there is to see.
From wherever the wind blows, eh?
Gulul Jaja compensated me rather generously for our duel. I'll be able to enjoy a comfortable life on the road for the foreseeable future. But for now, I shall be moving on. Oh, by the way, I recommend you try the Sabatender. They may not look it, they're surprisingly delicious.
But we don't serve Sabotender here.
At least no one was. This Dutch watch has their work cut out. For as long as I remember, all disputes, big or small, were settled in dueling. People of Shaloni rarely saw eye to eye, and for the better or worse, it was the simple way to settle differences. Since most would sooner risk their life, they would encourage parties to pursue peaceful resolution in a roundabout fashion. Dustwash was likely established by supporters of Koana, preferring peace being enforced through the formal rule of law. A reasonable stance, all things considered. If things ever got out of hand, the Landsguard would be forced to step in. What freedom they have now would be lost under Zoralja's authority. All of which is to say that, unless a lengthy stay in the jailhouse appeals to you, be mindful of how you handle your arms. I should like to think the stableman has arrived with a Ronik by now. I'll go and I had to check. If you still want to have a look around, then be my guest. Come and find us when you've had your fill. Friend, I take it? Sorry to have kept you both waiting. Unruly wildlife, not the only source of recent distress, I'm afraid. Also been a rise in robberies. Which is why I have to ask you to stop at Shishui Springs. It's fine, of course, but why haven't the Dust Watch dealt with the banditry? Kamikai and his fellows are doing what they can, but they reckon the bandits are operating as a gang. Rounding them all up, easier said than done. If you have anything of value, you'll want to take care. Thank you for the warning. We'll be sure to stay vigilant. Alright then, if you're ready to set off, I'll see you on your way. Ready, let's go. This is a pretty scenic route. This is your first time, so let's take it slow. I continue to be struck by how much Charlouni has changed. The town we just visited wasn't even here several years ago. It was like a mining place that we're going to? Oh, the springs. Water springs. So they mine water? Interesting. Yeah, it's water springs. See that hole? Some might hope to find water there. Flames that burn on water? Huh. Interesting. No sooner did we dismount than the next passengers are already underway. They really are short on Ronak. Now then. Change come to Hutsuli was surprising enough, but this is no less impressive. They've achieved a great deal. The station's on the eastern side. There should still be some time before the next train departs. If you don't mind, I'd like to visit to an old friend of my mentor. Yete is her name. And she learned that I passed through without saying a word, and she's never let me to hear the end of it. She set out from our village some 10 years ago, hoping to earn coin as she traveled about Tural. I can but assume she too came here seeking something greater. In any case, let us see if we can find her. Her blue hair should make her easy to spot. Loxaqui. Loasaqui. Okay. Hello. Oh, blue-haired Chitona. Okay. There it is. There she is. Ah yes, I'm Iwate, and how you might be. Ah, she's my friend. Ah, could be. Goodness, it is. It's Eileen. Ernville, yes. Man grown, you're such a darling little thing. You know, it's only been 3 years since last we spoke. Really, only 3. I suppose it all starts to get hazy after a while, living as long as we do. Well, this is Hiate. She's known my mentor since they were children. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. I never thought I'd see the day when you travel for company. You really have grown, Eileen Zepia. Is that what they called you here? Alright, I was born Eileen's Heapia. I adopted a new name when I became a gleaner, one that adheres to Eastern Viera conventions so as to avoid drawing attention. Given that this is a homecoming, it was only a matter of time before you found out. Nevertheless, I would appreciate if you would continue using my chosen name. A homecoming, you know? I've been thinking of paying the old stamping grounds a visit. It would be good to see Cactuar again. She's the finest archer I know, Eileen Zepia's mother and mentor. Every time I drop by, she'd treat us with a veritable feast. You're impressive with the bow too, Iat, even among the Shiotona. Oh, I couldn't compare to Cactuar, but her skill at arms pales in comparison to her knowledge of nature. That's what earned her place among the Gulu Georgia's traveling companions. She was always the inquisitive sort, but her journey across Tural lit a fire. Even after Eileen Zepia was born, she often left him in my care. Oh, how would you cry and beg her to take you along? It must have been hard on you. Yet, please. What, we're all friends here, aren't we? No matter how many times he asked, the answer was always the same. You can come when you prove you're a true explorer. Thus did she ask me about finding the Golden City. Despite my best efforts, all paths led nowhere. I assumed it was but a dreamer's fancy, a ploy to goad me into experiencing the wider world. But it was real and we found it. You found it? As part of the rite of succession, I assumed everyone had heard. That's amazing. Oh, she'll be thrilled. And eager to bombard me with questions, no doubt. Oh, we should be on our way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Give my best to Cactuar. Help, help! What's that about? I'll investigate. Please wait here. Yeah, we found that. Bandits, I guess? No doubt these are the infamous local bandits. Please, you have to help me. I've been robbed. Samika with what's not hers made. And real patios. Come any closer and she'll slit her throat. If you so much as nick her skin, you'll live to regret it. Oh yeah? Hold on, did he say what's hers made? Maybe this ain't such a good idea. Take the goods to the boss, we'll deal with this. Please, you have to give it back. I'm going after Namika. This thought I leave to you. Okay, best I'll hang him the ears and feed the old woman to dogs. Came to deal with them later. First we need to put this one in the dirt. I don't know what I would have done without you. I might have managed to get away, but I have an idea where they're headed. You say they stole something from you. A bracelet. It was a parting gift from Wuklamot. I see. Close as you two were, I can only imagine how much it meant to you. What brings you all this way? The right of succession ended, and Wuklamot crowned the next Dawn Servant. She's ready to stand on her own. I told her as much, and of my plans to return home to Yashulali. She gave me the bracelet, that I might always remember our time. It filled me with such joy. I wanted everyone to know, everyone, to see this wonderful gift given to me by the vow of resolve, and now it's gone. I would have let them take my coin, if only they had left me the bracelet. I would ask what you intend to do, but I know that look. We're going to get that bracelet. Please, you mustn't put yourself in harm's way. I can assure you no harm will come to us. Petios will make certain of it. I understand your methods can be brutal, but it would be wise to show some restraint lest you find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Perhaps I should come as well to be sure all proceeds as it should. I don't know what to say. I can see why Wuklamot put so much faith in you. before anything else, let's see her back at Shuzurali Springs. She'll be safer in town and with Iyat there to keep an eye. Thank you, both of you. Irvin told me what happened, and you need to worry about Namika. If those bandits should find us, I'll kick up a fuss and see them driven off. That bracelet meant everything to her. Those bastards wouldn't even care even if they knew. It makes me sick. At least she's safe, and I know you'll set things right. Alright, let's go and recover the bracelet. While I have nothing to contend for these bandits, as this involves a gift from Uklamat, we must be mindful of our actions might we reflect upon her. I doubt Amika would find joy in the return of said gift if lives were taken in the process. If it comes to violence, I ask that you stop short of the rest we can leave to Dusk Watch. Well, now that makes me think you're strong, really strong, are you? I may have saved a star on one occasion. You saved a star? That's a bold claim to make, but if true, that certainly speaks to your strength. Your curiosity has been sated, then please indulge mine. Is there anything you can tell us about these bandits? Let's see. Well, of late there's been talk about some unsavory types, and going from Tochingayami to the southeast, west. Is that the old mining town? That's the one. Now the cerulean extraction is a bit business. No one wants to waste their time picking the dried veins there. Sounds like a perfect lair for bandits, not to mention that one with the bracelet fled in that direction. So we'll be investigating the place. I can let the Dust Watch know if you like. No, not yet. It would be best if we went alone. There's something I'd like to ascertain if you have no objection. And you want... Right then, let's be off. There's our Renville. It seems the bandits have claimed this place for themselves. There'd been no attempt to conceal her presence. How can a Dust Watch not have noticed? Question for another time. First we must find the bracelet. I don't see the bandit who had it. Perhaps they're in one of the buildings. Ramshackle as they are, it should prove as simple as things to eavesdrop. If you'd go and have a look about, I'll keep watch for trouble. Are we gonna have to sneak in without being seen? Is this a stealth mission? Don't know where we'd be without him. Probably shoveling sand, praying we strike it rich. Ain't that true? If only an idiot would work for the mines with easier money to be had. Not when we've got the boss who can keep the dust watch off our backs, huh? Hey, watch what you say. The wind's got a way of carrying secrets to wrong ears. Maybe so. But you'd ever believe one of them sainted souls was running our crew? That drunk who bought your story about the gold shitting alpaca, am I right? Hahaha. Gotta take him out before he warns everyone. Let me out of here, you bastards. Shut your mouth, you sniveling brat. Make me. I'll get you all back for framing my friends. You vulture most of all. You tell him he can eat shit. Oh, you got... How about we give you the chance to tell him yourself? We'll see how tough you are. I brought back the prize you've gotta love, boss. Have a look at this bracelet, beautiful, ain't it? It was made by a famous artisan. Idiot, how are we supposed to move something like this without attracting attention? Boss, please. I'm sorry. Reckon we could find a sailor who won't ask questions, sell it off for a song. Here's your reward, and don't bring me this kind of grief again. I won't, boss. Thank you. Finish, are you? Let's retreat for now. So are you able to learn anything? We know where the bracelet is. Their leader is a man of the Dust Watch. That would explain why these bandits have been able to do as they please. And you say they gave the bracelet to him. Seems we have our work cut out. Did you hear anything else? Cactuar. That's the boy who confronted one of the officers in town, isn't it? And you say that he threatened to take him to speak with the Vulture, their leader's alias, no doubt. Fitting for a man who preys on the helpless. Well then, not only do we have a better idea of who's behind this in Australia, but we also know he has the bracelet. Retrieving about bloodshed will prove difficult if that's quick to point a gun at his own underlings. We need to get him alone, I think. You're right, if you can confront him with his henchmen around, a violent outcome is all guaranteed. I might have a plan. There's a small settlement to the southeast. Liwateniensa. Meet me there and I'll explain everything. If we're to retrieve the bracelet without conflict, it won't be done barging through the front door. We'll have to lure him out. To do that, we'll avail ourselves to Tural, dragon-like creatures that live to the south. They're breeding season, you see, and the males will flock to the scent of female heat. With a few ingredients in a sample of defense, I can create an attractant to resemble this scent. We can lure the yucca into the bandit's hideout, flushing out the vulture. Then while they confront with their flying fiend, we can sneak in and search for the bracelet. Afraid I must ask you to collect your screen. Well, you see that? Okay. We have to lure a dragon? Well, a monster, I guess. Let's go do that. Is that a dinosaur? There's like literal dinosaurs here. That's like Triceratops. Yeah. You search the area but see no signs of Yahi droppings. Finished already, are we? Here you go. Excellent, this will do nicely. All that's left is to mix the feces with the fibers. Come, let's go back to Tonatenyayu. Everything's ready, time to set our plan. Fair number appear to be gathered inside, now's our chance. I'll keep watch and leave it to you. Toss it into the bonfire. Oh, what's that smell? Oh, that reeks. Why did you put out the fire? wasn't me, I swear. Did something die? Someone want to explain that ungodly stench. Ah, so he works for the bandits. He's the Dust Watch guy. Boss over there. Run for your lives. This must what drew them, I swear, when I found out who did this. Let's see, your friend has stirred enough trouble. Time to retrieve the bracelet. What's going on out there? Still here in case you've forgotten? Sit tight, we'll be back for you. Come on, you gotta be getting me out of here. I'm begging you, please. Shoot, and they'll hear you. Shit, who was that? Are you going to help or what? Sure. Bracelet must wait. Let's break him out and withdraw for now. All that effort and not to show for it. Sorry about that. Damn, I didn't think anyone would have the balls to take on the vulture. No need to apologize. We were planning to save you eventually. Really, and I don't even know who you are. You're secret admirers of mine or something? Yeah, I'm just having fun with you, but I do appreciate the help. This man they call Vulture, I've seen this face before. Is he not the officer you confronted in town? The one and the same. When he's not masquerading as a gang leader, he serves as the deputy chief of the Dust Watch. That would explain why the bandits are so confident they can avoid capture. You're trying to get back something of the Vulture stole, right? Let me help. It's the least I can do after you bailed me out. I have an idea where he's hid his cash. I reckon he's headed there now. We can go together. I've got a score to settle with him myself. I don't doubt that you do. But we need to know what it is first. Will you tell us? Right, so those bandits at Tonawani, right? They're called the Daybreakers. And it was me and my friends that founded the group. But it wasn't a gang of cutthroats, not back then. Just wanted to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. Workers being exploited, concerns folks who needed the help in the odds. It was 3 years ago, and whenever we found someone scheming in the shadows, we settled matters the best we knew how, with a duel. They say by the old laws, anyone who loses in a duel must be held to account, even those in positions of authority. But we made damn sure they did every time. Before we knew it, our small band of friends commanded a force to be reckoned with. Then about a year ago, the Vulture and his tug showed up. They got the better of us and took over the Daybreakers. Everyone was afraid of him, so they did his bidding without question. But when he showed them how they could make a fortune easily, that was when he really won them over. Now the Daybreakers is nothing but a bunch of bandits who prey on people. I talked it over with my friends, Kiwaki and Lewin, and we all agreed that the only way to stop him was to challenge him to a duel. And he accepted. I still remember how he gloated he'd win. But when the day came, he showed up with a dust watch, had my friends arrested and charged as robbery. As if that wasn't enough, he set their bail at a high price no one could ever hope to pay. With them locked away, there was no one left to help me. None of my old friends from the Daybreakers, and certainly not the Dust Watch. Ah, that's why you were ready to challenge him in the middle town. I was until that guy with the spear stopped me. So no sooner did I stopped out of town than the Vulture's minions caught me by surprise. Took me prisoner and then, well, you know the rest. He said a Dust Watch would be of no help. Are they all working for the Vulture then? No, not all of them. The Sheriff, Kimaka, he's as honest as they come, a staunch keeper of the peace. Problem is, he's a little too trusting and doesn't suspect a thing. If it were my word against a deputy chief, who do you think he'd believe? Well, if he knows where the Vulture keeps his spoils, perhaps he can help us recover Namika's bracelet. What do you think? For whatsoever, I have a plan, but I can't do it alone. A plan? All I ask is that you hear me out, but not here. I'll be waiting for you at the Shipwreck Springs. I guess we can decide what to go after. He gives us the pitch. Yeah, this reminds me of like a cowboy movie, basically. It's like Cowboys, right? Good you're here. Oh wow, look who it is. Storing stolen goods here seems risky, but I suppose it's an option for someone of his authority. He moves the spoils in cerulean barrels, where no one would think to look. They're mixed in with regular shipments of Tural, where they're sold off. He said he stole a bracelet of yours, right? He knows you're on his tail. Chances are he'll be eager to get what he can. But I doubt he'd trust a lackey with that business, given the provenance of the priest. I'll wager he's not letting that bracelet out of his sight till he's got the coin in hand. I wasn't sure what to make of you after Hutswawi, but I'm glad to see you're more of an impulsive. Not. Well, not my finest hour, I'll admit. there's a lesson that the vulture's slippery bastard. If we're going to catch him, we need to back him into a corner of hard evidence. That's my plan. First, we need to lure him away from here, over to FFXIV would be ideal, but I need one of you to help me. This will buy time for the other to search the barrels. And using that will expose him. There's no way to tell if Wushu's carrying the bracelet, but regardless, there'll be time enough to find it once he's behind bars. Won't he be simply feign ignorance? Well, he'll try. That's when I'll challenge him to a duel. A duel, that approach didn't work out so well for your friends. True, but unlike before, I'll challenge him in front of the whole town. That way he won't be able to wriggle out of it. Every man, woman, and child of the wilds understand the importance of duels in the old laws. The deputy chief would never disgrace himself. But wouldn't you be breaking the law by using a firearm in town? If not, it's not as if we'd be using light round, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. What's important is that I get him to a duel with as many witnesses as possible. The plan is not without flaws, but what do you think? As long as we get the bracelet. The bracelet's really important, and don't worry, I'll see to it. If you're satisfied, and so am I. I knew I could count on you. You'll want to buy your friend as much as possible and make your way to FFXIV. Once we've got the vulture there, I'll take care of the rest. Alright then, let's get to it. Here, like this Tell's doing. What's his name? And then there's the brat. That's this past time I dealt with him. What's this? A familiar face in these parts. Have you need of the dust wash, miss? The coach tried to rob you, but you apprehended him. So desperate he was to see his friends free from prison, he turned to a life of crime. How awful. Give my sincere thanks, miss. Might I trouble you to take me to him? I thought this is a perfect time for me to play your tour guide, but if you insist, just bring us home to the thriving Ceroli mining facility. Interesting. Oh, it's because they're mining Ceroli. Okay. Oh, it's this place. I don't see him. Just a little fur, I guess. Very well, lead on. Bring him all the way to here, right? Which way? The neighboring village. It's gonna be like, why do you have a big dragon, a big giant thing with you? Like, oh, that's my mount. Oh yeah, he is following me. He was just on the mount. That's kind of funny. This is the place then. I couldn't have sworn left him here. This is some sort of joke of all the... Let's keep going. It's better with the place. Oh, now I remember. It's over there. Unfortunately, wearing off Lieutenant. If he isn't in the next place we stop, I may be forced to do something to you. And I would both dearly regret it. Alright, where is he? Let's see him anyway. Where is Zekawa? Tell me where he is, or I'll bury you in the same grave. Found it. He must have escaped. That's it. I've had it with these games, and I've had it with you. Hey, I'm looking for me. If I want to place me under his rad, you'll have to work a little harder. Begging for a sell by the time I'm done with you. No, just gotta reveal the truth, right?
Wahoote! Finally caught up to me, I see.
Well, well, if it isn't our young outlaw. You've taken up stealing, I'm told. Can't say I'm surprised about that, but I am surprised that you'd offer yourself up to be arrested.
Sorry to disappoint, but you're the one who's going to answer for their crimes today.
Hey, that's my jewelry!
And my bag! So you found the stolen goods. That's fine work.
This barrel was at Chisenowetsi Springs, mixed in with others bound for Tuliyola. The Landsguard would have presumed it part of the regular cerulean shipments and waved it through. And once it reached its destination, it would have been retrieved, and its contents sold for coin.
The audacity. Do we know who's behind this?
As fortune would have it, I spied the leader of this operation being handed one of the stolen items. A bracelet, which Vau Wuklamat had intended for her nursemaid, Namika.
It was from the Vow of Resolve?
Oh, you've seen it then?
No, no, never. And if I knew who had it, I would have arrested the scoundrel.
That's yourself. Oh, come off it. I saw you with the bracelet.
What's the meaning of this, Wuhute?
It's a setup, sir. I have the bracelet, yes, but I only 'cause I found it. I swear. They're the real criminals. They concocted this scheme to frame me, so they could get me out of the picture.
If you feel your honor's at stake, there's always the old-fashioned way. The law which folks have used to settle their differences for generations.
You don't mean...
Wuhute, I challenge you to a duel. The winner is right, the loser is wrong. Doesn't get simpler than that.
Yeah, have at it!
Let your pistols do the talking!
Please, do you honestly believe you can goad me into playing your game?
You refuse then? A baby alpaca's got more fight than you.
All right, boy. But remember, you asked for this.
Come on, Zekawa! Give him what for!
Shouldn't we stop him, Chief? Even if it's just rubber bullets, we're in the middle of town.
Be quiet. Just watch.
Oh, you little shit!
Looks like you've gotten slow in your old age, Vulture.
You and I are going to have a long talk.
I apologize for dueling in the middle of town. If you want to lock me up, then lock me up. But please, let my friends go. They've done nothing wrong.
You drew your gun within town limits. But Wihute drew first. Far as I'm concerned, you acted in self-defense. You're free to go. As are your friends.
Ha! You're not such a bad guy after all!
Just a man of the wilds, like you. But to think that Wihute had taken control of the Daybreakers, it pains me that it happened right under my nose.
What are you gonna do about his crew? Some of them are still in Tonatenui.
Those who have broken the law will be taken into custody. But those who haven't will be given the chance to resume walking the straight and narrow. What about you, Cactuar? What do you intend to do now?
Why, what I've always done. Protect the weak and help the helpless. The old-fashioned way.
Dude, he should join the Dust Watch. Have Cactuar join the Dust
Here,
Watch.
This was Vawuk Lamott's gift for someone, wasn't it?
Yes, a person very dear to her.
I suppose this is where we go our separate ways. My thanks again for your help apprehending the Vulture.
Cactuar should join the the Dust Watch. That would be pretty cool, actually. I mean, he could do the job. Cactuar could do the job. He should join the Dust Watch. That ended up being rather more complicated, but all's well that ends well. Finally, it's over. I couldn't have brought him to Chester without your help. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Complete. Now that we have the bracelet, let us return to Sea Springs. Will you be staying here long? I'd like to give you a proper thanks. We weren't planning on it, but there's no need to rush. We'll see you at the springs then. Oh, my bracelet, thank you. This is more than just a gift, it's part of me. I could never hope to replace it. Truly, Book the Mud is blessed to have such devoted friends. Well, I wouldn't put it that way. I prefer to think of us more as a long-standing acquaintances. Regardless of how you choose to describe it, there's no denying the depth of your bond, though I'm sure you'll continue to do so. I can't say I'm surprised the deputy chief turned out to be the bandits' leader. I always knew something wasn't right. An easy claim to make with the gift of hindsight. There you are. The real Daybreakers have arrived. I'd like you to meet my two best friends, Cactuar and Lewin. If it wasn't for you believing Cactuar and doing what you did, you'd still be locked up. You have no idea how satisfying it was to see that bastard Wuhoot put behind bars. We never gave up hope that Zekwa would find a way to get us out. He always was the best of the Daybreakers. Glad he was able to convince you to go along. Unfortunately, our group is smaller now, and lacking in strength. Besides, some outlaws might see us as an easy target. Even so, if anyone should give the Dust Watch the slip, the Daybreakers will be there. We'll train night and day so no one will get the better of us. Isn't that right? Right, and then you'll teach us how you draw your pistol as fast as you do. No, we won't need to duel if all goes as it should. But on the off chance it doesn't, we'd best make sure everyone can match my speed. I owe you great debt, and one of these days I'll be sure to repay it. On that you have my word. Until we meet again. If you'll excuse me, I shall find a quiet place to rest. As I'll be here for a while though, do let me know if there's any way I can be of assistance. Where are you planning to take the train? No trench service has been suspended, didn't I tell you? You mentioned no such thing. Something about the tracks being damaged. The tunnel was closed. An earthquake. It must have happened when we were still down south. There have been quite a few tremors of late, and rather large ones struck not long ago. I can only hope no one was hurt. At any rate, if you want to know when service will resume, you could speak with the station master. Let's do that. The station is just over there. I mean, Aaronville, we could just walk, you know? Like, we could just walk our way there. These people aren't too happy about the train.
I'm so sorry, but we're not sure when the train will be running again.
You've got to be joking. Of all the places to get stuck at on the way.
Please don't tell me you've come to complain too.
We heard that the earthquake had caused disruptions and wanted to ask when operations would resume. But I see that it will be a while yet.
I'm afraid so. Too few hands for too much work. It's time-consuming enough to inspect the tracks after every quake, but this last one we got after the succession ceremony was massive. Made a mess of a whole bunch of railroad ties.
The succession ceremony? We would have been in Tural at the time. If it was as violent as you say, we should have felt it as well.
I have to admit, it was a touch strange, having seen my fair share of tremors. If I had to describe it, it felt more like the rumbling from an explosion.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Seriously? You're offering to help?
What about you, my friend? If you'd rather strike out on your own, I understand.
Though, if you were willing to lend us a hand, too, we'd be truly tremendously grateful. Thank you! Thank you so much! I'm Shenza, by the way. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. If you would please step inside, I can introduce you to everyone.
Sorry for dragging you into this.
There they are. That's them, the 2 volunteers. Walika is our station master, and over there is our top driver, Nitoikwe. And this grizzled mug is Zopia, an engineer who joined around the same time as me.
Much obliged for the help. I'll make it worth your while, I promise.
Something the matter? Oh? For a moment, it looked to me like you were just dying to say something.
We all have our secrets. Best not to pry. Right then. What I'd like you two to do is help us procure timber. We'll be using it to fashion new railroad ties, so it needs to be the strongest stuff we can get. In these parts, that means the trees in the Piata-Yonan Plain. It is Hetsaro territory, though, so we need to get their permission first. Come on, no time to waste.
Well, next time we'll go try to fix the train. See you next time. More Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail.